When we think of genius, names like Einstein, Da Vinci, and Newton instantly come to mind. We see them as lone titans, single-handedly pushing humanity forward. But what if I told you that history is a graveyard of forgotten geniuses? That for every celebrated innovator, there are dozens whose contributions were ignored, erased, or stolen. Today, we're pulling back the curtain to reveal the hidden architects of our modern world. History is often written by the victors, and that's not just true for wars. It's true for science, technology, and art. The names we remember are often just the final link in a long chain of discovery. They were the ones who got the credit, but countless others laid the essential groundwork only to be lost to time. Think of it like this: we celebrate the person who scores the winning goal, but we forget the entire team that passed the ball down the field. These forgotten figures are that team, and their stories are just as crucial. Let's start with some names you might know, but whose true impact has been minimized. Everyone knows Thomas Edison invented the light bulb, right? Well, not exactly. Edison improved and commercialized it, but dozens of inventors like Humphrey Davy and Joseph Swan were creating electric lights decades earlier. Then there's Nikola Tesla, a true visionary whose ideas on alternating current AC electricity literally power our world today. For years, his rival Edison did everything he could to discredit him, and Tesla died nearly penniless. His genius only truly recognized long after his death. Or how about Hedy Lamarr, a glamorous Hollywood movie star by day, but by night, a brilliant inventor. During World War II, she co-developed a frequency-hopping technology to guide torpedoes secretly. The military didn't use it then, but that same core idea is now the foundation for Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and GPS. Yes, a 1940s film star helped create the technology your phone is using right now. But let's go back even further to the dawn of civilization. We marvel at the pyramids of Giza or the precision of Stonehenge, but we rarely know the names of the architects and astronomers who designed them. Ancient civilizations possessed a staggering amount of knowledge that we're still trying to understand. Mesopotamian astronomers created star charts so accurate they could predict eclipses. Engineers in the Indus Valley built sophisticated urban plumbing systems over 4,000 years ago. This wasn't primitive guesswork. This was advanced science and mathematics. Much of this knowledge was lost, destroyed in the fires of fallen empires, leaving us with puzzles that modern experts are still trying to solve. These weren't just builders. They were scientists and engineers of the highest order. Of course, some geniuses weren't just forgotten, they were actively erased. For centuries, history has been overwhelmingly male-centric, and the contributions of brilliant women were often sidelined, attributed to their male colleagues, or ignored entirely. Take Rosalind Franklin. Her groundbreaking photograph 51 was the crucial piece of evidence that revealed the double helix structure of DNA. Yet, Watson and Crick used her data without her full permission and went on to win the Nobel Prize, giving her only a passing mention. There's also Ada Lovelace, daughter of the poet Lord Byron. In the 1840s, she wrote what is now considered the world's first computer program, a century before the first electronic computers were even built. For years, she was dismissed as just an assistant, and Hypatia of Alexandria, a leading mathematician and philosopher in the 4th century, was a respected scholar in a world dominated by men until she was tragically murdered, and her legacy was suppressed for centuries. The shadow of empire and colonization has also played a massive role in who we remember. The narrative that science and progress began with the European Renaissance is a myth. During Europe's Dark Ages, the Islamic Golden Age was flourishing. Thinkers like Ibn al-Haytham, often called the father of modern optics, pioneered the scientific method centuries before European scholars. His work on how we see laid the foundation for cameras and telescopes. In ancient India, the mathematician Aryabhata introduced the concept of zero and calculated the value of pi with incredible accuracy. These discoveries were foundational to modern mathematics, but Western historical accounts often glossed over their origins, framing them as European inventions instead. This isn't just an oversight, it's a skewed retelling of our shared human story. Conflict has also been a devastating silencer of genius. The Library of Alexandria, a beacon of ancient knowledge, was destroyed. And with it, untold numbers of scrolls containing scientific, philosophical, and literary masterpieces. Imagine the progress we lost. In more modern times, brilliant minds have been persecuted by authoritarian regimes, their work banned or burned. During wars, scientists and artists are often forced to flee, their research abandoned, or worse, they become casualties themselves. Every conflict that destroys a library or silences a thinker sends ripples through time, creating a void of what could have been. We can only guess at the centuries of progress that were snuffed out before they had a chance to ignite. So, what was the common thread that linked all these forgotten figures, from ancient astronomers to wartime inventors? It was a relentless, almost obsessive curiosity. They were driven by a deep need to understand the world, to question the unquestionable, and to push against the boundaries of what was known. Hedy Lamarr didn't have to invent a complex guidance system. She was already a famous star. Ibn al-Haytham didn't have to challenge centuries of Greek wisdom on vision. He could have just accepted it. But they couldn't. This innate drive to ask why and how is the true engine of innovation. It's a powerful reminder that genius isn't just about intellect. It's about courage, the courage to see the world differently, even when society tells you you're wrong. This brings us to a crucial point about how we understand history. We often credit the discoverer, but is that person the one who first had the idea, or the one who successfully marketed and popularized it? Think of Columbus discovering America, a land already inhabited by millions. The same happens in science. Fame, politics, connections, and pure luck often determine who gets their name in the textbooks. The person who writes the most compelling paper has the best patron, or is simply in the right place at the right time, often becomes the face of a discovery built on the work of many others. This shapes our entire perception of progress, making it seem like a series of heroic leaps rather than a slow, collaborative climb. But the good news is, the story isn't over. Today, historians, scientists, and dedicated researchers are digging through archives, translating old texts, and re-examining lab notes to uncover these lost legacies. They are fighting to give credit where credit is due. Textbooks are being rewritten to include figures like Rosalind Franklin and Ibn al-Haytham. Documentaries and books are finally telling the stories of pioneers like Ada Lovelace and Hedy Lamarr. We are slowly piecing together a more honest, more complete picture of our history, one that reflects the true diversity of human ingenuity. This isn't about tearing down the old heroes. It's about building a bigger, more inclusive pantheon of innovators. So why does remembering them even matter? Because it reminds us that genius is not the domain of a select few. It can be found anywhere, in anyone, regardless of their gender, nationality, or social status. It shows us that innovation is a collective human endeavor. Every smartphone we hold, every medical breakthrough that saves a life, stands on the shoulders of these forgotten giants. Honoring their contributions is about more than just correcting the historical record. It's about inspiring the next generation of thinkers, innovators, and dreamers to believe that their curiosity matters, that their voice deserves to be heard, and that their work, no matter how small it seems, can one day change the world. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey through hidden history. If you found this story as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories that shape our world. And don't forget to ring the notification bell so you never miss an episode. See you next time.